I said I would not look at this character until I got her, and then boom, I got her. So what's going on, guys? It's your boy Kashino. We're gonna review this character mostly because I have no idea what she does. I just put her in my team and let her level up a little bit. So I should actually probably read her skills and then we'll figure something out. Oh, and if you're wondering why she's not level 60, yeah. And I'm gonna get one more additional copy before it goes out. As you can see, I only need 600 more before the 10th, so I should definitely get that. So I'll even have another one that I'll need to get, so I'm gonna have to stock up on these support seeds like a but that's fine. I guess that's just how the game works. The lovely little character, Medjed. Now, if you guys didn't know, like literally, I'm not even kidding, I kind of just summoned the character because she was new. Now we have both new characters. I think she does something with resistance. You know when you kind of watch when they're doing like when they're doing stuff, you just see her, I don't know, I just see her doing a bunch of stuff. So let's boom, get her up to 60. Look at the levels that I don't even have this yet because I gotta wait until that day comes. I don't even have enough crystals or gems, rupees. God, every game names them something different. I don't have enough to actually get it there or to reset it, so I have to wait until that day. But she has a really cool design. I definitely like the original colors mostly on most of the characters. As far as speed, she's at 112, which is really good. If I'm not mistaken, she actually matches the best legendary character in the game, which is Reina. Legendary Reina. Yep, she definitely has the same base speed as Reina. So what does that actually mean? What that means is that with some speed, she has the potential to go first. I think 112 is the highest base stats that I think I've seen. If I'm not mistaken, if I'm wrong, feel free to tell me I'm wrong, because I'm not clicking through every character in this game to check everyone to see who's the fastest thing alive. Sonic the Hedgehog, Green Hill Zone, like Nassar. Anyway, but I think she's probably amongst the fastest with Reina, so she has the potential to go first. Now let's look at these skills. Let's dive deep into these skills and see what we can come up with. First up is going to be Tranquility. Tranquility, that's how it's said. Don't tell me different. A nice normal basic skill, doesn't have anything but some nice cool text to make it sound cooler than what it is. Remains unbelievably composed despite having such a petite frame. Dealing magic damage to an enemy. Like, what does that have to do with anything? And this time, look, I'm getting better. I remember to actually check the level ups. So you can see all that happens is that it goes up in damage, and for support, I'm pretty sure that that doesn't matter. The skill gem set here is going to be blue, orange, which, if I remember correctly, orange is crit and blue is to increase the magic damage of it. Most likely what we're going to be going for is going to be violet, which is every time you attack with that skill, you're going to get attack speed, which is a little bit better. It's like one of the more consistent skill 1 skill gem packages, I must have to say. So if you're looking for a solid skill 1, since most skill 1s don't really do anything, you probably just want to go with that. Next up is going to be the S2, which is screw it, I'll read it. With the help of the harpies, a sliver of divine authority has been bestowed. Whatever. Cast enhanced buff on an ally that increases the damage by scaling off max HP, reduces damage received by scaling off attack, and increases the healing received by 25%. Now this is yellow. I don't think we've ever seen yellow so far. Yellow, and then violet. So let's go and see what happens when we boost it up. Obviously the scaling on the HP and the attack goes up. Also healing received is going to go all the way up to 50%, and it's going to be for 4 turns, and I think it was probably 3 turns back here. Yes, 3 turns. This is a buff, and I think yellow increases the buffs, and I'm going to double check that in a second. So let's just look at the skill gem set. Is yellow, violet, like I said. Heals 3% of the target's max HP. It would be nice, I would have to confirm this, is that maybe these synchronize with each other, you know? So they increase the heal and then they get a really fat stack heal on the skill gem set. Let's go over to the skill gems and see if this is yellow, violet is a good option. Yellow is increased buffs by a certain percent, and I'm going to use by magical math abilities to decide how much that is at 6. So if 4 is 4 and 3 is 3, I'm going to assume that the max is going to be 6%. So you can increase your buffs by a 6% if you have a level 6 gem. So that would be 12, and then a violet, which we've discussed, is the attack speed after using a skill. I think that's pretty good. It's 2 yellows and then 1 violet. Use the skill. I think that the skill gem set in this scenario is actually worth it. You might as well go it. I still don't know what rainbow does. Can someone explain? Apparently the game doesn't know what rainbow does because it literally just froze my game. Alright, and I'm back and I'm never touching that rainbow gem again. So yes, I think the skill gem set is actually worth it. 2 yellows, I mean yeah, you can go triple yellows or you can go triple violet or anything crazy like that. But since the yellow violet is actually pretty good and you get a heal on top of that, the person will receive a heal whoever you put this on, I think it's worth it. Next up is the moves that I've seen a couple times and didn't know what the heck it did, is the annihilating laser. Shoots a powerful burning laser from your eyes. How fortunate. Dealing magic damage to all enemies and cast enhanced buff that increases all resistance rate of all allies by 30%. Now when I first saw this, I thought it was like finally a full immunity buff. I was thinking like, oh, I gotta hurry up and do this review, it's a full immunity buff. No, it's not. Now that I'm reading it, it's actually not a full immunity, it's just a resistance rate, so you could still get hit with stuff, but obviously we're gonna see how much. Max this out and it's only 50%. Wow, really? You know me doubles? It doubles. No, well actually no, it does not double. That's mathematicals for you. Doesn't even double. I would assume maybe it would have gone on to like 80. The game, in my opinion, needs a character that will block debuffs for even if it's a turn. I mean, resistance rate for 4 turns is still pretty good. If she goes first, obviously it's really good because then she'll do that, and then you won't have to worry about getting hit with too much in arena. And then for certain bosses, you won't have to worry about getting hit with that stuff either. So it's still really, really good. Let's check out the skill gem set, which is 10% chance of increasing match HP of all allies by 10% for 2 turns. We have blue, orange, and then violet. Now, I find that really weird. Blue is to increase the damage, orange is for crit, violet is for when she actually uses a skill, she'll get more speed. So what I'm thinking instead would probably be better if yellow works how I think it works, and correct me if I'm wrong, yellow works that it will increase the buff rate. So this. So if you would go full yellow, it would make this 68. I feel like the higher it is, the better it is. So I would go triple yellow just because I think just increasing the rate of this would make it a lot better. It lasts for several turns, and this is only there. So even if especially if you're not leveling it up, this will make it 48, and that would actually make it really close to 50. So yeah. If anything, if you don't want to go yellow, maybe just go triple violet, but the damage is irrelevant and it critting doesn't make any sense either, unless there's something I'm missing. Let's go and look at these beautiful moves. I don't know what's going on here. She looks like she's spazzing out. I have no idea. Looks very strange. But anyway, this is the S1, the Tranquility. It's like she's on speed up mode. I don't know what's going on. Hold on. Yeah, like my team is like on crack, and then like their team he seems like he's fine. Anyway, so there he goes. Shoots the 2 balls like that. S2. It's gonna have a nice little animation. Then she drops like this big old ball on you. She pretty much eats the little things and then like drops it on you. And last but not least, the annihilating laser. Eats that, eats the other one, sucks the one into the head, turns into a bigger head, and just, yeah, I hate you all. So boom, there goes all the lovely little buffs. She's definitely a buff monster, probably good with Carolyn. Carolyn likes when you give her buffs that she completely ignores and then turns into attack. But hey, you know, do what you gotta do. I'm definitely hoping to test that out a little bit in arena, to maybe just have her go first and then just drop that out and just be a little bit safe. And I hate getting stunned and all this other crap that they bring out. But let's go over to the passives while we're here. So the first passive is Routing 1. Gains an additional turn after defeating an enemy. Additional turns are not consecutive. Attack increased by 30% during this turn. I don't know why she would need that. Now, after I'm done reading the passive, I'm going to go look at her attack. Is she DPS focused or something? I doubt it. Invisible 1. If there are at least 2 allies with more HP, you will not become a target of attacks or counterattacks. Now that's absolutely amazing. So what that means is that even if, you know, regardless of where she actually is, and by the way, she's a backline character, I'm gonna say that right now because I said I will speak on that in my guides going forward, is that she's more to stay in the back. But what's also good is that there are certain characters that hit the back specifically. So I'm assuming more HP as in the actual total, the number itself. I don't know if that means HP ratio. They should clarify that. There aren't that many characters that actually counter in this game, so maybe that's something to prevent the future. I think the only one I know is like Seraphine. She can kind of counter, but I don't know any other characters that have counter based in their kit. So this is really, really good passive for a support character. Last but not least, Osiris's gift. Allies that have fallen while holding Medjed's, how do you actually say her name? Medjed? Med and then Medjed. I guarantee someone's gonna be like, no, it's actually pronounced medicine, you stupid idiot. I was like, oh, my bad. I will immediately revive with, wow, of her HP, cool, of her max HP, sorry, once she receives a turn. Now it has a cooldown of 4 turns, that's pretty good. So as long as they die with the buff, and then I gotta test that out too. That'd be interesting to see. All right, her base attack is 51-57. Let me just double check something. All right, so I just checked like all the attackers and debuffers, and yeah, 51 is the low ball. Yeah, see, look, 59 on him. So yeah, she's not meant to be like a DPS support, which sometimes they do have that. I just wanted to clarify that just to make sure. And I just remembered this as I'm thinking like, oh, I'm gonna go test this out for you guys. I can't because it's her 6-star passive and I can't get 1 more seed. I'm gonna say this real quickly. I had a lot of fun starting with this video, but that's the most annoying thing in this game is the seeds. For me, yes, they need more content and things of that nature, but God, is that annoying to just be stopped by that. And I'm gonna get a dupe of her, and then I don't even know how long that's gonna take me, because in order to get a dupe of her, I have to use the rupees to keep summoning, and then I won't be able to refresh the dungeon. So I'll have a dupe of her. At the same time, it's gonna take a long time to get that. Ugh, Jesus. Alright, now that we have a good understanding of how the character works, let's go over to the gear and see what we can put on this character to maximize awesomeness. Great Spirit is one of my favorite ones if you're going with a support, but yeah, you know, it's just a nice thing to have some additional attack speed so she keeps getting turns over and over again. Attack speed is relevant in this game. It's not relevant in every game. Sometimes they just go in like an order, but you can actually go multiple times. And then of course the 6-piece set is awesome. Recycle your cooldowns of your S3, and also now that we saw with the passive that will be also a way to keep things up. There's not too much anti-revive in this game. I think there's only 1 unit, and I think that's Kang Grim that's getting that, or already has it. I actually don't remember if that buff is live yet, but there's not much to stop reviving. And the only other reviver in the game was Fabian. So now you have a menace, a crazy character that's going to actually, with the act more, is going to be able to cycle those turns, and with the attack speed is going to be able to cycle those turns. Forgotten Hero 3-piece set is another really good one in my opinion. 20% less damage as long as you have a buff. She's going to be giving out a lot of buffs, but I will have to mention is that her S3 is the only thing that actually is like a buff that she gives out to everyone, including herself. The S2 is something you probably want to give to possibly another character, so it's more or less when you use the S3. That's why it's really good as a 3-piece set. Now the tolerance effect increases by 3 levels at a time. That's when you get hit by something, you grow a tolerance to it, so you would gain more, making it harder to debuff her, which I do like. So if you maybe want to go for the 6-piece set, I wouldn't be mad at you at all. And lastly, I do like the corrupt set, not the 6-piece part of it, but the 3-piece, just for extra souls, gaining some extra souls, helping out the team just by you being there with the set. I do like that for support. The only reason why I don't like the disciple set is purely for the fact that she's not going to be taking that much damage because she can't be targeted and they won't counterattack her, which means she's only have to worry about AoE. There are some AoE threats in the game, but most AoEs are not going to insta-kill you. The only person that can kind of do that right now, from what I've seen, is McCarthy. And even still, you'll have some defense against that. You can have some shields to mitigate his damage. Medjed is not going to be doing that, but you can have other characters on your team to kind of help you out with that. So generating a HP shield over some of the other things that I just mentioned doesn't seem as great to me. Just my opinion. If I were to pick a actual set to go on her, I'm either going to be going the 6-piece set of the Great Spirit, or I'm going to go with the 3-piece of the Forgotten Hero and 3 Corruption. That's pretty much what I would be going. That is the gear set that I'm going to suggest to you. Take it for what you will. So yeah, this character is really, really good. I heard that like she was like mediocre to some people, and then they kind of like changed some of her stuff and it made her a lot better. So I happen to not know what she was before. I only know what she is now, and what she is now is pretty good. I definitely want to try this a little bit more. I want to level 60 her first and then like kind of push this in. I could even enhance her skills pretty further. I haven't actually chose who all my legendary books are going to go to, but if I start having trouble in arena, I might give it to her. I also might not, but I mean, there's so many choices of legendaries. You eventually get so many of them, and then it's like, so who gets it? And it's a very tough decision for me where to give it. Even in the other game I play, Epic 7, I still have a bunch of Mulligora, which is the skill enhanced currency in there, and I just have a hard time deciding where those go. If anyone can give me that information, I sorry I cannot provide it in video, but if you can let me know the situation, I'm gonna detail it right here. So let's just use these three lineup right here. I got Carolyn, Arslan, and then Medjed. Her name sounds so weird to me. They all have the buffs on them, right? Arslan dies and Carolyn dies with Medjed's buffs on them. Arslan comes back. There's a 4-turn cooldown. Does Caroline then come back once it is back up? That's the only thing I'm not too sure. Or does Caroline need to die once this is back off cooldown, is what I'm saying. So pretty much, does this passive constantly check for dead allies with her buffs, which would be amazing. It would mean that as long as she's really, really fast, then she'll keep getting turns, and then as long as the characters have buffs, they'll keep coming back over and over and over again. Or do they have to die when this passive is off cooldown? Either or, it's still cool for that, even that one revive, but I don't want to mislead people and say that it works one way when I cannot check it in video. You know, when I get the ability to check it, I will do that. I wanted to put out a guide because I just like doing guides. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I finally got the character, so I wanted to explore the character and explain the character the best way I can. And I feel like there's not enough guides on specific characters. They're like showcases, but I like to make guides on characters, not showcases. So anyway, with all that being said, there's only one last thing that you guys need to know, and it's that every day at the Kashino is your lucky day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.